Kaveh, let's start with you. Is this the strongest hint yet that Southgate is contemplating ending his time in charge of England?
Yes, of course it is. He is considering resigning as England manager, and I think a lot of people would understand if he was to walk away. Look, he's made the impossible job possible, and if he was to resign, he could leave with his head held up high. I think there are two main reasons why he would quit now. The first one is being the England manager takes so much out of you. You're under scrutiny. Everything you say and everything you do is front page news. And after working at the FA for 11 years, Gareth Southgate may feel that this is the perfect time to walk away. Also, I think he feels he has unfinished business at club level. I think he wants to go back to being a club manager. That is no secret. He's always been very clear about that. And I think now perhaps is the perfect opportunity to do that, to walk away from the England job, to take a little bit of time out. And the next time a big club job becomes available, I think his name would be in the frame. And I think there's an expectation that his next job, if he was to leave the England job, would be at a top club, a Champions League club, either in England or in Europe.
Rob, Kaveh mentions unfinished business for Gareth Southgate at club level, but the FA want him to stay, the players want him to stay, and Southgate himself says he's led England back to the top table of world football. Surely that's going to be really hard, maybe impossible to walk away from.
Yeah, I think you could be right. Look, the way I see it is, if Gareth Southgate walks away from England right now, it may be a decision he regrets for the rest of his career. Now, let's drill down into that, because I totally understand the mental exhaustion that Gareth Southgate is talking about. There are three specific examples I would point to in the last 18 months that have really affected Gareth Southgate. The first was the final of the Euros. Not so much the fact that England lost it, but the racial abuse of some of his young players that followed that after they missed penalties, and those horrible scenes with crowd trouble outside of Wembley immediately during and after the final. Then there was the game against Hungary, which England lost 4-0 6 months ago at Molineux, and he was booed by some of his own fans. I know that hurt him an awful lot as well. And then there's been all the political issues that have been thrown at Southgate here in Qatar, where he's had to talk about human rights issues as much as he's talked about football. But all of that said, he knows that England are very close to winning a major tournament. And how would he feel as a proud Englishman if, in 18 months' time, Harry Kane was to lift that European Championships trophy with a different manager alongside him? I think that would hurt him as a proud Englishman. And it's, as Gary Neville said, a very quick turnaround. 18 months till the next Euros. The big game for England in qualifying for that Euros is in March. It's only 3 months away. Italy away in Naples. So I think it's a big call, especially when Gareth Southgate has nurtured this squad, created such a great atmosphere, is so hugely popular with the players, and because those players love playing for him and playing for England. The other point I would make is that being a club manager is very different from being an international manager. And Southgate has been with the FA for 13 years. It was Middlesbrough, of course, where he was last there when he was sacked 13 years ago. Is he going to get offered a big job, the level that he wants right now? Might there be some big Premier League club chairmen who think Gareth Southgate is institutionalised within the FA? He's been there so long. That might be a harsh belief, but I wonder whether some chairmen think that. And is it right, is it possible that this is Gareth Southgate putting a come and get me plea out there? He's very ambitious, he's very intelligent. Is he testing the water to see what offers he gets before he decides whether he's going to commit his future to England? That may be a bit unfair. Maybe he's not that calculated. But whichever way you look at it, this is a huge decision for Gareth Southgate. And if he walks away, he'll be very nervously looking at England and how they get on in his absence.